Millions dream of being in show business and only a few of us even try. But despite the odds, I'm going to. I have to try.
I'm Tyson. I'm in my final term at the Randolph Academy for the Performing Arts. It's a triple threat school. The pressure is on to excel in all three areas: singing, dancing, and acting. I'm feeling good about my acting. It's the other two areas I have to focus on. I played hockey all my life, and I hit puberty, and about a year or two later I fell into dancing. And my dad was worried about it. He didn't actually approach me about it, but I know he talked to my mother. He was worried that I might be gay or something because there's not exactly a whole lot of male dancers in Sudbury.
I have something to ask you.
Then ask! Ask! What the hell are you?
Are you a homo?
I want to be an actor on film and television. Ever since I've been a kid, I mean, of course, that's a big dream of mine. I like to sit when I'm sitting in back throwing beer out, you know. Sometimes I daydream about it, yeah. Like turn the TV on and all of a sudden, you know, I'm on the TV. Or... I think about what I'm doing and do I just want a normal career? Just have a steady paycheck and a steady job. It's like the same thing day in, day out, and I want to do something different with my life. And what I like about performing is, you know, there's always challenges, things are always changing. This is what I love to do, and I want to be able to make a living doing this.
I think we had the wrong letter. Dude, here we go.
I have friends who don't necessarily agree with what I'm doing. They think that this isn't a real job. And even the guys at work, all they have is smart-ass comments and, you know, how's it going, twinkles, you know, and stuff like that. You try telling someone I like doing it, and that's just not acceptable to these macho heterosexual guys. It goes with the whole you have to be gay myth to be in musical theater, and that kind of burns me. I'd like to see that disappear. And even back in high school, when I first started doing it, my hockey player buddies used to bug me, right? I'd just tell them, you know, hey, you can go play football with 15 guys. I'm going to go play with 15 girls.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think any time that I get picked is because I'm the guy, and I'm the only guy.
I think that can be unfortunate for guys, that they end up being kind of the frame of the picture as opposed to the picture. Make sure when you're going down, your arms are crossed. When we started working on the dance, I said, Tyson, have you ever done lifts before? He goes, actually, that's all I ever do. All I do is lift girls across stage and lift girls across there. And I said, well, you know what, we're going to make it a point in this dance that that's not all you're going to do.
You know, when it comes to a dance number like that, I'm glad I'm the only guy because I don't really have any other guys upstaging me or losing any parts to any other guys. One thing I want to do is be able to get up there and dance and look like a dancer, because I've been doing that for so long. You know, I still wish that I looked better when I move. And at the same time, it kind of feeds my soul because of the music. I love music. 24 export. I don't want to be normal, you know? I don't want to end up like half the people out there who work just normal jobs, you know, a 9-to-5 type thing, and it drives me nuts. I can't stand it. I would have loved to have graduated and said, yeah, you know, I can sing now, but the way I feel right now is I want to focus on my acting because I feel I have more to work with there. But I know that they see that. They see that I'm behind in the musical area.
With regard to Tyson, he's in danger of not getting his diploma. We feel that vocally his singing is an area that we have great concern over, and we're going to see what happens in that area and then make our decision accordingly. Tyson right now is in danger of not gaining triple threat status because he's failing musicology. And you've got to pass every subject. In fact, Tyson is in danger of not getting his diploma at all. That's a problem.
Because I made one fatal mistake last term by not handing in a paper for Diane. I failed musicology last term. Diane, being the head of the musical department, she has a lot of pull. She basically told me that every paper that's due, it better be there on time.
I just adore Tyson. He's such a nice person.
If it's not perfect and on time, she's gonna fail me and kick my butt out of the school, basically.
He drives me mental, however. Last term, that little bugger, he decided that he just wasn't gonna do any work. So he decided not to hand in any papers. It pissed me off so much. I felt insulted by it, frankly.
What's happening? Tyson, what's going on in the accompaniment? What's it doing, folks? Moving the plot. No, it's
Come 5th and 6th term musicology, we have to sit there and analyze musicals and listen to the songs and figure out how the orchestra complements this character or what the orchestra does for the musical. And she just kind of basically, I don't know, she doesn't make fun of them, but she doesn't think they're good ideas.
Maybe he hates this. I don't really care.
I don't like it. I find it very frustrating.
Too bad. Too bad.
She's asking these questions where I basically have no clue what's going on, and other students are lifting their hands up and they're laying out these big answers, and I have no idea where they come from.
And you guys, what kind of instruments are dealt with Louisa? Tyson? That was your assignment. Did you know that? When you do this, when we are analyzing our work and we're presenting it, we're taking the whole character. Therefore, what's in her accompaniment? What instruments are supportive?
Well, there's violin.
Thank you very much. Absolutely, strings. And Tyson, have your notes, honey? You have to have taken notes, honey. It's a part of your thing, but I handed out. Has to have been there. It's on your project sheet. I want it by tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
I'm responsible for the showcase production. It's going to have 3 different components: choreography, singing, and acting. Now, I'm going to be seeing 8 people today and 8 people tomorrow, and what you're each going to be given is 18 minutes. And this is not a panel. This is a collaborative thing where we're trying to re-get to know you to see what material is going to best suit you for the showcase production.
The showcase production is an opportunity for the school to observe the students in the various areas, singing, dancing, acting, and for us to determine exactly what the direction of each student will be based on that.
Tell me, on your honor, have you ever in your life met a woman who was really sincere, faithful, and constant, you'd be more likely to meet a cat with horns or a white snipe than a constant woman.
Just 1 second. Do you have anything that you sing, or do you even range, something to show range?
I don't
It could be something in an ensemble.
When I came in to the audition, I did my monologues, and then when I finished that, the musical director and Diane, they wanted me to sing a song. I told them I wasn't ready, I didn't prepare anything, and they insisted on making me sing it, and then I finally sang it, and I totally blew. It was brutal and embarrassing. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. It's been a while.
Thank you. That's fine, that's fine.
It pissed me off.
With regard to the showcase, this will be Tyson's last opportunity, really, to prove himself in all 3 areas, and we'll make decisions based on what we see now.
If you bring on a crock, and for some reason if I have you moving furniture
So far, rehearsals are pretty good so far. I'd imagine, though, sometime within this week, the crunch is going to hit pretty hard. I think people are going to start getting stressed out because Jordan's going to expect things to be ready, you know, like at least 90% ready to go.
But in terms of a lot of the acting scenes, it could be a second longer and then Tyson comes in.
It's always nerve-wracking. No matter how many times you do it, you still always get those butterflies and you sweat. I don't know, it's just something you never get used to. No matter how often you do it, you never get used to it. I get so scared of doing the show that sometimes I almost feel like, I'm so scared that I almost feel like, well, I could just not do it.
You can do it if you try. You can do it if you try. You can do it if you try. Try to fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 5-minute call. 5 minutes to places, everyone. 5 minutes to the top of the show.
It's an adrenaline rush, and it's addictive. It's incredibly addictive. Before a show, you get worried, you almost don't want to do the show, but then as soon as the show's over, it's the best feeling. It's the best feeling in the world. Tuesday night, after the show, I overheard a couple of girls talking about being approached by agents, and it was very, very discouraging for me. I wanted to fall into my security blanket, which is a job at Hydro, and every time something disappointing or discouraging happens, you know, I think about that. Even though I wasn't approached by any agents, I'm just going to keep working and get something going.
Very simply, Tyson is not strong enough in the vocal singing area, and all students are informed early on that there may come a time during the course of their studies at Randolph where they may be given the option of either leaving or staying on as part of the acting stream. And that decision was made by the entire faculty. He was relegated to the acting stream when it was decided that he was not able to meet the standards of the vocal area. Each year, we choose a musical in which our students perform. This year, we've chosen the Broadway hit, 9.
I realize that, you know, Randolph has to keep a good name for themselves, so it has to look good. The singing is a higher caliber than where I'm at right now.
Then you would cross over after that, just like you did.
We spend at Randolph a considerable amount of time and money preparing a separate production, separate from the musical, for people who are in the acting stream. The decision for him not to take part in 9 is one that flows naturally from the decision to place him into the acting stream. Since there is a male lead and Tyson isn't strong enough, we had to hire a male lead to do the role. And ultimately ended up with Michael.
Kiss and wait a minute.
I just, you know, I've been here for 2 years with all those girls, you know, most of those girls over there in the musical. And it just feels so weird, like I see them every day and now all of a sudden I'll see them maybe once a week if I'm lucky. I feel like I developed a really good friendship and bond with these girls, and I miss that. You know, I miss working with them and just talking to them and making them laugh, smile, whatever. Yeah, I wish that I was a better singer because I would probably have the only male role in the show, and I'm kind of a little jealous of that. But, you know, I'm doing my own show, so I can't complain. I just miss the girls.
As far as I know, it's both of their first full play. He's from Sudbury, and I think he's been around more blue-collar workers than I have. I come from a fairly privileged background. He knows that whole trucker, factory worker, blue-collar worker. And then what I told him is you've got to access the bravado of guys that you know. And think about those guys that are always telling jokes, always something kind of salacious, kind of dirty, and all that stuff.
What's it remind you of?
Lug nuts.
No.
Jerkins.
Oh, we miss him.
Yeah?
I've had him in my class for, what, 5 terms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, huh? It's different. We miss him, you know what I mean? Especially because, I mean, I've only been with him for for the last show, but all the other girls have been with him for so long, since the beginning. It's got to be sad, you know?
You don't miss me.
I totally do. Oh, Michael, he's wonderful. He's great, too.
Yeah.
Michael's really good.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Dude, you don't know what he looks like?
He's a giant.
He's so tall.
Yeah, he's very cool features. Like he's like dark, like, you know.
You caused him. You kid around too much.
You don't know how to itch. Let me show you.
What do you know?
Hey, why don't we hoof it to a joint, lay out some frog skin, do a pizza with the works to go, jump on some vino, bring it back here, chow down, sing, dance, laugh, water ski, whatever.
When he plays that character, to me, he seems more experienced, more worldly. And for me, it was sort of a steady process of him accessing a character who's really been beaten down by life.
No cops and no papers and no poem can give you the bottom line on what's going on in some weirdo's brain when she puts the rope around her neck and takes the leap into the great ever after.
When you're on stage, you basically have to be appealing. And I actually think he's got that extra bit of something that makes you kind of want to watch.
What's that?
Roach clip.
What's it for?
To kill roaches. You grab them by the antenna and twist. It screws up the radar. They start walking crooked and banging into things. And then they die of multiple bruises.
Get out.
Do a drag.
Nah, thanks.
Makes the world go bye-bye. I honestly felt like this role fit me like a glove. It's the best role I've ever had, you know, that suits me. And I feel very fortunate for it, because from what I hear, you don't get those roles often, you know?
Tyson? Oh my God! He was dead on.
I felt good. I felt really good. You know, whether they were being honest or not, doesn't matter. The fact that they were there and they were making, you know, they made the effort to come out and congratulate me and stuff, I really appreciated it. And I'm just, it means a lot to me.
I gotta back up. Okay, wait, are you all in there? Yeah, you're all in there. Ready? Hey! Let's go.
It was worth 300 miles I drove to see this. It was worth every mile. It's really, really good.
I hope to see his name up in lights someday. He's really worked hard for it, and whatever he gets out of it, he's going to deserve it and more.
Hopefully when I look back after graduating, I'll be happy to look back and say, you know, I stuck through it, because I've seen so many people drop it and either couldn't handle it or didn't want to handle it, you know, and or thought it wasn't worth it. Almost every day I have that doubt in my mind. I just got to keep my fingers crossed and work my butt off, and hopefully someday it'll pay off, you know.
Out of all the disciplines, my greatest passion and my greatest love is dance.